The Great Pyramid of Giza stands on the Giza Plateau as one of the most impressive architectural monuments in human history. This structure was built approximately 4,500 years ago, reaching a height of nearly 146 meters and utilizing an estimated 2.5 million stone blocks, some of which weigh tens of tons. The significance of this construction lies not only in its sheer size, but also in its being the product of an integrated social, administrative, and engineering system that managed, at an early stage of history, to organize human and material resources on an unprecedented scale. Available archaeological evidence indicates that the Great Pyramid was built during the 4th dynasty under the reign of Pharaoh Khufu around 2580 to 2560 BCE. Recent excavations in the Giza area, particularly in what is known as the Workers' Town, have uncovered the remains of organized housing, bakeries, medical tools, and tombs for skilled laborers. This refutes the common hypothesis about the use of slaves and confirms that the construction was carried out by a trained Egyptian workforce within a seasonal work system linked to the Nile flood cycle. From a technical perspective, local limestone was used in the construction of most of the pyramid, while heavy granite blocks were transported from the quarries of Aswan, a distance exceeding 800 kilometers via the Nile River. Contemporary archaeological experiments have proven that the transport of these blocks was possible using wooden sledges dragged over wet sand, a technique confirmed by ancient Egyptian drawings. The precision of the pyramid's orientation towards the 4 cardinal directions is explained by the use of astronomical observation of stars near the celestial North Pole. Despite this, the absence of the mummy inside the Great Pyramid has remained a point of contention. The looting of royal tombs is a documented phenomenon dating back to the ancient Egyptian periods themselves. Furthermore, the absence of funerary inscriptions inside the pyramid is consistent with an architectural tradition specific to the 4th dynasty. Symbolic analysis shows that the pyramid was not merely a tomb, but a central element in a complex cosmological and religious conception. The pyramidal shape was associated with the idea of the primeval mound and the first rays of the sun, and it was viewed as a symbolic means for the king's ascent to the heavens to unite with the god Ra. In a comparative context, similar patterns appear in other civilizations, such as the Maya civilization in Central America. In the city of Copan, the hieroglyphic stairway serves as a clear example of employing architecture and writing to consecrate political authority. More than 1,200 inscribed stones narrate the history of the ruling dynasties, linking the kings to their ancestors and the gods. This writing system remained incomprehensible for centuries until researchers in the late 19th century, revealing it to be a complex linguistic system combining full semantic symbols and phonetic elements. Nevertheless, in the modern era, popular intellectual currents have emerged that link these achievements to the idea of knowledge transferred from extraterrestrial beings. These propositions assume that the ancient religious and political elites acquired their authority through direct contact with non-human forces. However, these hypotheses are not based on any verifiable archaeological, textual, or scientific evidence, and remain within the realm of speculative narrative that reflects the modern imagination more than the reality of ancient societies. The same pattern is repeated in attempts to link religious concepts with modern scientific discoveries. Scientifically, the genetic language is indeed based on triple units known as codons, but this numerical similarity carries no causal or historical significance. The structure of DNA is fully explained within the framework of biochemistry and the theory of evolution. At the site of Pumapunku in Bolivia, similar questions are raised about the precision and striking similarity of the stone cuts. Some researchers see this precision as evidence of a lost technology, while archaeologists explain that these results can be achieved using relatively simple stone and metal tools with long working hours and strict social organization. As for the Bermuda Triangle, it transformed in the 20th century into a global symbol of mystery. With stories of disappearing ships, planes, and malfunctioning navigation equipment. However, modern maritime and aerial studies attribute most of these incidents to known natural factors, such as navigational errors, sudden storms, and local magnetic disturbances. In conclusion, these narratives reflect humanity's passion for the great questions concerning origin, knowledge, and authority. However, the scientific method requires a strict distinction between proven archaeological data, religious symbolism, and speculative hypotheses. The greatness of ancient civilizations lies not in their mystery, but in their confirmed capacity for creativity and organization within the limits of the human mind and its historical potential.
If you find value in this content that adds to your perspective, I'd be honored to have you join our refined community.